In the heart of Abia State, deep inside Arochukwu local government area, a quiet revolution is taking shape. What was once a rural community is now becoming home to one of the most ambitious agro-industrial projects in Nigeria's southeast. A massive cashew processing factory spearheaded by Senator Orji Kalu.
For me, I came on the spot assessment for cashew nut processing plant to make sure that the Chinese have done what they said they will do. After all, I'm living the last lap of my life. And in the last lap of my life, I don't need anything, absolutely. What I need is peace in my community, healthy competition among young men and women, and the development and prosperity to people of this community.
But this isn't just another factory. It's a bold attempt to rewrite the economic story of a region long celebrated for its entrepreneurial spirit, but starved of homegrown industries that truly transform local communities. The facility is designed to create over 5,000 direct jobs for young people in Abia North, with even more opportunities across its supply chain, from farming, transportation, and packaging to export and retail. In a place where opportunities are scarce, this project promises not just employment, but dignity and a chance for families to thrive without leaving home. For locals, the change is already tangible. Even sweepers and cleaners will find work here. Graduates will manage factory operations, farmers will supply raw cashew nuts, transporters will move goods across Nigeria and beyond. Slowly, what was once dismissed as the village is transforming into a buzzing town.
The cashew factory, as a matter of fact, is something I've never seen in this area. You know, it's in Lagos and other areas we see, but today it's down home. And people, even sweepers and cleaners will be employed. If we talk about those in the factory that do factory jobs, the minor factory job will be employed by the villagers. Those who also went to school about that kind of a thing will also be employed in the factory. So it's a nice thing it has done. It will bring a lot of employment to people around here, not only Ibere, people around here in Abia State. It will be employed, and Nigeria as a whole.
With all these things, you can now see that there will be employment.
Yes.
Crime will be reduced. More and more development will come.
Exactly.
People who leave the so-called town and relocate to their village that has now become town. And this is what we've been praying. We ask that God will help him.
Amen.
God will bless him.
Amen.
God will sustain him.
Amen.
And give him longer and healthier life.
And the senator himself, he insists he has nothing left to prove, saying, cashew is more than just a nut. It's an untapped gold mine. Experts estimate that if fully harnessed, Nigeria's cashew industry could generate up to $3.7 billion annually in foreign exchange earnings. This factory, with its cutting, shelling, roasting, and peeling lines already installed, is set to play a part in unlocking that potential. But the vision goes even further. Cashew milk, cashew butter, skincare products, value addition that ensures wealth stays in Nigeria rather than being shipped away with raw materials. And Senator Kalu is not alone. Across Igbo land, entrepreneurs are quietly changing the narrative.
It's about the state. And I have no other interest. You see, I'm building about 5 factories here in Ibere that are going to take off in the next 1 year. One is taking off in the next, if they are cashew nut now, we could have started processing. So I need peace here. I need unity here. It's about the state. And I have no other interest. You see, I'm building about 5 factories here in Ibere.
Take Sir Tony Ezenna, for example, the founder of Orange Drugs Limited. From humble beginnings in Imo State, Tony built one of the West Africa's most successful pharmaceutical and personal care companies. Today, brands like Delta Soap, Mixer Grip, and Procode are household names, proof that Igbo entrepreneurship can compete with the world. These stories of factories, industries, and investments brought home are not just business decisions. They are lifelines for communities. They are a declaration that developments can start from within. And then, of course, there is Peter Obi. Unlike many politicians who enrich themselves, Obi has always chosen to invest directly in people, from boreholes and schools to scholarships and community projects. His philosophy is simple. Leadership is about service, not self-interest. Can initiatives like this truly transform the Southeast economy? Let me know in the comments section. Welcome to a story of pride, a story of resilience, a story of Africa rising, not on borrowed legs, but on wheels forged by African hands. Today we celebrate not imported cars, foreign dreams, or second-hand machines dumped on our shores. we celebrate Innocent Vehicle Manufacturing, IVM, the black-owned auto giants rewriting the story of Africa's industrial revolution. Let us begin with a parable. When a child learns to walk, the parents clap with joy, but when that child begins to run, the whole village comes out to watch. Brothers and sisters, Africa is no longer crawling through Innoson. Africa is running on its own wheels, running with dignity, running with pride. Innoson is more than a car company. It is the largest black-owned vehicle manufacturer in the world. Yes, the world. At a time when Africa was seen only as a consumer, a dumping ground, a marketplace for others, one man stood up to challenge that narrative. Chief Innocent Ifediaso Chukuma, CON, from Nnewi in Anambra State, Nigeria. He dared to dream that Africans should not only drive cars, but build them, own them, and export them. And today, that dream is alive, roaring on highways across Nigeria, West Africa, and beyond. On September 6, 2025, a high-powered delegation from ECOWAS, Nigeria's Ministry of Trade and Investment, and the National Automotive Design and Development Council visited the Innoson plant. They weren't just curious visitors. They came to assess, to collaborate, to strategize. Dr. Cabo Lass of the ECOWAS Commission praised Innoson for pioneering Africa's automotive future, pledging regional support to scale its operations. Mr. Joseph Osanipi of NADDC reaffirmed that policies and incentives would continue to strengthen local manufacturers, and government officials hailed Innoson's full-fledged manufacturing model as the embodiment of Nigeria's industrialization dream. Chief Innocent himself stood tall and declared, "Africa needs Africans to build Africa. Regional integration in the auto industry is the right path, and Innoson is ready to lead that journey." Did you know that at least 65% of the parts used in Innoson's vehicles are locally sourced right here in Nigeria? From the bolts to the bodywork, from the paints to the seats, it is African engineers, welders, artisans, and designers powering this revolution. This is not just an industry, it is a movement of dignity. A man who wears his own clothes is richer than the man who borrows silk. For too long, Africa has worn imported cars. But today, Africa wears her own clothes, stitched with steel and pride by Innoson. At a time when fuel prices soar and the world seeks cleaner energy, Innoson has stepped forward with compressed natural gas CNG buses. Cleaner, cheaper, and smarter. With the capacity to produce 30,000 CNG buses every year, Innoson is offering more than transport. It is offering liberation from dependency on expensive imported fuels. Imagine African-made buses carrying children to school, traders to markets, and workers to offices, powered by Africa's own energy. That is not just innovation, that is freedom on wheels. Then comes the Innocent G80 SUV, strong, slick, powerful, even bulletproof. Governors like Alex Oti of Abia State and Charles Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State proudly ride these SUVs, sending a loud message. African leaders can ride in African cars, built by African hands, for African roads. And then a royal story. The Oluwo of Iwo, a monarch in Osun State, didn't just buy an Innocent SUV for prestige. He took the wheel himself, driving through his kingdom with pride. When a king eats from his own farm, the people know the land is blessed. His choice told his people, if your king drives Innoson, surely you can too. But Innoson isn't just for Nigeria. Vehicles are now being exported to Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, and Mali, with assembly plants being planned in Sierra Leone. Even President Julius Maada Bio of Sierra Leone has thrown his support behind IVM, telling the world Sierra Leone will ride with Nigeria, with Africa, with Innoson. This is Africa building for Africa. This is continental pride. In 2022, the Federal Executive Council approved the purchase of 21 Innoson vehicles worth 660 million naira for the Federal Road Safety Corps. Today, under the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the federal government has pledged to adopt CNG-powered Innoson buses for national fleets. When Nigeria buys Innoson, it is not just buying cars, it is buying jobs, empowering welders, painters, drivers, and suppliers. It is saying, we trust our own, we believe in our own, we would ride in our own. Across Nigeria's 36 states, Innoson vehicles are everywhere, in security patrols, state fleets, schools, and ministries. Abia ordered 40 new security pickups and utility vans. Imo acquired over 150 vehicles. Anambra, Enugu, Gombe, Delta, Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Kaduna, and many more have all turned to Innoson. Each purchase is more than a transaction. It is an investment in dignity, in innovation, in Africa's industrial backbone. Some may ask, why does it matter if governments buy Innoson instead of foreign brands? The answer is simple. Every Innoson vehicle bought means jobs for Africans. Every Innoson bus means money circulating in Africa, not draining abroad. Every exported SUV means global respect for African product. A goat that eats from its own farm grows fatter than the goat that eats from a neighbor's dustbin. By choosing Innoson, Africa is feeding its own farm, fattening its own goat, and securing its own future. And so, the message is clear. No more second-hand cars as Africa's destiny. No more dependency. No more doubt. This is the Africa we have dreamed of. This is Africa in motion. This is Africa riding proudly on Innoson wheels.